My dear friends, my fellow citizens and defenders of democracy, today I am before you not merely to raise a question but to sound a warning alarm, an alarm about the state of our election commission of India, the guardian of our right to vote and protector of our democracy. And I am giving title to this: is the election commission of India still independent, or has it become a selected commission? Is it a people's watchdog or ruling party's weapon? It is high time to reclaim the ECI's constitutional integrity. My friends, the Election Commission of India under Article 324 of our Constitution was meant to be an independent, impartial and fearless authority above politics, above pressure and beyond partisanship. But today, it pains me to say that it appears to be drifting away from that sacred constitutional road. As long back in 1977, the five-judge bench of the Apex Court, in a judgment in M.S. Gill versus CEC, authored by Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer, said and held that Article 324 does not exalt the Election Commission into a law unto itself. The law expects them to act fairly and legally. Discretion vested in the high functionary like Election Commission should be used properly and not perversely. It is misused, certainly. If it is misused, certainly the Apex Court has power to strike down that act. My friends, now let us to look what is happening at Bihar. Just a month before the elections, the Election Commission of India has ordered a special intensive revision of electoral rolls, SIR revision, electoral rolls. And it sounds routine, but look closer. This is being done selectively, hurriedly. And who are likely the victims of this exercise? SCs, STs and OBCs and minorities, communities that have historically voted against the BJP. And this is not a democracy. This is a voter cleansing. This special intensive revision is riddled with the contradictions and poses a serious threat to the voter enfranchisement. ECI's guidelines of a proof of rigid documentary proof requirements, leaving aside the Aadhaar card, ration card and other documents which are universally available and accepted, place undue burden on the voters, especially the marginalized, uneducated and underprivileged sections of the society who are already facing significant hurdles in the society and now faces risk of widespread disenfranchisement. So this is not a democracy, my friends. Now, because of this intensive revision ordered by the Election Commission of India, all the opposition parties, the civil societies, even the former bureaucrats and election commissioners and the constitutional experts have raised the red flag. They have warned the commission that they have protested, and at what has the ECI done? It is not doing anything and is going ahead with this process. Then they are left with no option. All the opposition parties and the civil activists and the commissions like the persons like civil societies like the Association of Democratic Reforms, ADR, PUCL, and the individual activists like RJD MP Manoj Jha, Yogendra Yadav, and even MP Mahua Moitra. They have filed petitions challenging the act of this election commission in ordering the special intensive revision of electoral rolls with just before a few months when in the Bihar where the elections are going to be held. Now, the 8 major opposition parties have also joined this battle, and they are all now fighting before the Honorable Supreme Court, and the Honorable Supreme Court has fixed the date of this all the petitions for hearing on July 10th of this month. So all the opposition parties, they are opposing, and that they represent the people's voice, but still the Election Commission of India is giving deaf ear to them. Nothing, only silence and deafening silence, not a mere silence. This is not the behavior of an independent institution. This is the behavior of a body that is neither under pressure or complicit, and it is not just for Bihar. In even, I would like to remind you, even in the year 2024 general elections, we saw clear violations of model code of conduct by all the ruling party leaders, including the Honorable Prime Minister. But the Commission looked the other way. In Gujarat and Himachal elections, the polling dates were announced to suit the BJP's campaign strategy. And in Maharashtra elections also, the election, not only the schedule, but also there were several irregularities and there were many complaints from the opposition parties that the voter list was, the voters have been, number of lakhs of voters have been added after parliament elections and before assembly elections. And the opposition leader, Rahul Gandhi, asked many a time sharp questions and many a time and still asking and still fighting, at the ECI responded with evasion, not any answers, not any positive answers. Friends, this is not a neutral empire. This is a selected commission playing on the side of the ruling party. But let me remind you, the Election Commission of India, please, Election Commission of India, your loyalty once you are selected or appointed, it is not to the government, but it is to the constitution. It is to the people of India. When you revise voters' rolls in secrecy or in a hurried manner without giving ample time, normally a voters' revision will take time of 1 year to 2 years period. Then why you have not ordered this revision? And so when you are doing this, when you ignore the protest from the elected leaders and civil societies and public at large, when you watch silently as democracy is sabotaged, you are not protecting the elections and you are not acting fairly. You are polluting them, and that is the betrayal of the people, a betrayal of the constitution, and a betrayal of this great democratic republic. And we must speak. All the people, we must question, we must resist, because the day our elections are no longer free and fair, that this is the day our democracy dies, not with a bang, but with a silence from those who are meant to protect it, and more particularly the Election Commission of India. In fact, the Election Commission powers and its autonomy has been completely washed away and diluted because of the amendment that central government made in the 2023, where it excluded the Chief Justice of India as one of the members of this body which elects the Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners. So this is the time that we must raise our voice, not just for today's voters, but for future India's democracy. So let us all citizens raise and protest the inaction and the lethargy, the indifference is being shown, and the partisan attitude adopted by the Election Commission of India at present. And in order to save our future democracy, in order to save our constitution. So I hope that all the civil society and all the democratic forces will support the voices which are protesting and who are agitating before the highest court of India, the Honorable Apex Court. I also hope that Apex Court will definitely look into the issue and 1971-77 judgment and pass directions accordingly by granting stay of the special intensive revision ordered by this Election Commission of India in the Bihar. Jai Bhim, Jai Bharat, Jai Constitution.